So welcome to the Energy Startalk. Mo, how are you today?
Thank you so much. I am very good. I'm very good, yeah.
You played a show yesterday.
Yes.
And you told the audience that you played some songs for the first time.
Yes, that's true. I actually played, I think, three songs that I like never really played. So, yeah, that was very nerve-wracking.
And how nervous from a scale from 1 to 10 were you?
The thing is, I actually think we're playing them because we've been rehearsing them a lot. And, I really like the new songs. So I was like, I felt good about the performance of them. But of course, I was very nervous, about how they would receive it. So I think, a 5, in the middle. Yeah.
But that's still okay.
Yeah.
And you were even singing while you were in the crowd of the fans.
Yeah.
That was quite cool.
Thank you.
And how important is it to you to be so close to the fans?
I just actually it's my favorite moments is when I'm down there at the crowd because it's it gives me a rush to be there and to be with people and to see the reaction and to kind of interact with them. So it means a lot to me and it's something I really love doing and I want to continue to do that.
But yeah. I think it's the worst thing for the securities. They're maybe having a heart attack during that time.
I know that's actually true, but that's just how it is. Because I want to do that.
And do you have when you sing in the crowd? Do you see a specific Mo fan, or in other words, how does the average fan of yours look like?
Actually, I'm not really sure. It's not. I feel like it's pretty much it's boys and girls kind of equal-ish. But I think when you just said the question, I was thinking of a girl maybe around 21 with her hair braided and then with glitter in her face.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the average, but when you just asked me, that was what I thought of. So.
And you said on stage yesterday as well that you've been to Berlin already in your childhood.
Yeah, I've been here many times. Again, it's the place that you growing up and becoming a teenager. It's the first place you go without your parents, with your friends, because it's so close and you can, if you take the bus, it's super cheap, from Copenhagen, it's it's bigger than Copenhagen, and it has there's so many awesome place to go for a young person, and especially artists, because there's a great scene for that, and so yeah.
And if you've been here many times, how good is your German?
My German is not the worst, but it's not great either. But in general, I'm not the best with language. But you can try to ask me something and then I'll try to reply.
Wie geht's dir heute?
Gut. Yeah. And that means how are you today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Perfect. And what's your favorite German food then?
Actually, I'm not really sure. I think old school currywurst, I think, is actually kind of nice. Because it's a traditional food in countries is always nice. Yeah.
And it's simple, but still
nice.
Simple.
Yeah, but less is more. Isn't that what you say sometimes?
I've got a short question here for you, because you've been here for the first time in our studio. Yeah. So we get to know you a bit better.
Yeah.
And the first one is your full name, please.
It's Karen Marie Åker Ørsted Andersen.
And how did Mo develop then into your artist name?
It was a combination of a lot of different things. I always, when I write my name, I would be Karen Marie Ørsted, and therefore it's the initials of the two last ones. And also my grandfather, he was an artist painter, and he signed his paintings Mø, because his name was Mogens Ørsted. So I also wanted to go walk in his footsteps, kind of. And then besides that, Mø in Danish means to be a maiden, a young, pure and unspoiled girl, So I thought that was a nice reference.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect one. Your place of birth?
That was Odense, on Funen in Denmark, in the middle of the country.
And why do you think are Scandinavian musicians so successful?
Yes.
It must be something in the water.
That's that's what I like to say sometimes. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we do have a lot of I guess spare time. We have a welfare system, so there's a lot of time to do own little projects and stuff. And I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Next question is the first record you bought.
That was no, actually, the first record I ever got in like a birthday present was Spice Girls with Spice. But the first I bought, I think, was Aqua. You remember Aqua? Yeah. With Aquarius, I think that was like their debut. Yeah.
And the first concert you've been to.
The first concert that I really remember is actually when I was a teenager and going to like local club local punk shows in Odense, where I'm from. I probably were at concerts as a child with my parents, but we didn't really go to concerts that much as kids. My parents didn't take us to concerts. So what I remember the clearest is as a very young punk going to a local punk show.
And do you remember your own first show that you played?
I do. That was like, you mean like real show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was when I was a teenager, and you go to these after school activities, and I had a band, and we were at this big thing where all these bands would play, and it was my first time to play a show, and I was just it was the most horrible thing ever. Like, it was so nerve-wracking to stand there and just be like, it was so horrible. But but I got through it.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
You're still doing it. Yeah. And do you have talents and hobbies apart from the music?
I used to be very, very, very into orienteering, running. I don't know. You do have that here in Germany as well. I think, where you run in the forest and find little checkpoints, and you gotta, that was like a big, like I was the second best in Denmark for a while. So that was a big passion of mine as well.
And coming from the talents and hobbies to the bad habits, do you have any?
Bad habits? Yeah, I'm really, really, really bad at if someone says we're gonna meet at this time, I'm so bad at prioritizing your time. I'm always like, oh yeah, there's plenty of time. I can, I'm so bad with that. I always come late and and it's not even because I'm like, oh, whatever. It's more like just, I can't figure out, I just can't figure it out.
So coming to your music now, is it true that you wrote your first song at the age of 7?
7 or 8. I actually think I was 8, to be honest, because it was just around Spice Girls, which was 96, right? Ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was 8 there. So I think 8, to be honest. Yeah.
And what was it about?
It was about love, because that was what Spice Girls was writing about. So I was obsessed with the Spice Girls. So I just wanted to write songs in English and about love like they do and stuff. So yeah. But at that time, I had never experienced love, but I was just dreaming about it.
And did you ever had a plan B? Or was it always you wanted to do,
I didn't have an outspoken plan B, if you know what I mean. I knew that maybe I wouldn't make it, because very few people make it in the music, but I wouldn't say it out loud that maybe it wouldn't happen, if you know what I mean. I was just I'm going for it until I can't go for it anymore, And that's still how I feel. I want to keep fighting for this, as long as I possibly can. I don't want to think of the plan B until I have to.
And now you're working already on your second album.
Yes.
Yes. And 2015, Lean On with Major Lazer took off so enormously. Did you ever, ever expect that huge success?
No, again, I think when things like that happens, which obviously is a dream coming true, you can never just expect it to happen. It's always and for me, again, having at that time my album No Mythologist to Follow is very much like a indie pop, and for me to have a worldwide mainstream hit was again a dream coming true, but not something I had expected at all. Of course, something I'd dreamed about and hoped but sometimes people get it into your mind that the only way of making a hit is if you write with these people and you do it like this and you follow this form and do blah blah blah. And Lean On was just made out of, pure fun and like, oh, this is cool, like, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like, yeah, this person has to write it and this is blah, blah, and this is the cool sound. It was just, it was fun. So it was really nice for me to learn that you can actually have a big worldwide hit, but without compromising with who you are as an artist. So that's amazing, I think.
And now you're working on album number 2.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of pressure?
Yes, there is, but it's actually getting better. I think last year, in the beginning of the year, I felt more pressure. Now I'm more like, the pressure is more like I want to feel real in it. I want to love it myself. Like, I don't want to strive to sound like something else. It should sound like what I feel like I stand for, but also what I, love.
And how far are you in the process?
I mean, the thing is, I've been saying this for almost a year, that I'm like close. But then, in the finishing process, that's always where like, oh, I gotta write another song, or like, I don't like this anymore, I gotta change this. So I'm close. But I mean, yeah. No, I am closer. You get closer and closer, of course.
And is there something that you can already give away? Maybe when we can expect sound-wise? Or who you're working with?
Yeah, I mean, again, as I said, the track list is not fully decided yet. So therefore, I won't name drop anyone yet. But I would say, like, as you can hear on the singles that I put out, I mean, it's definitely more in a more pop, or what do you say, mainstream direction. But at the same time, there's going to be some stuff that's more of the weird, melancholy, more twisted stuff that I've always done. So it's going to be a combination, because I mean, I am both things. I love pop, but I also love the super weird stuff. So it's going to be a mixed match of that.
And sorry. There's a new single that will be serviced to radio pretty soon.
That's soon. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Don't worry. We're in Germany. And it's called Drum.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit about that song?
Yes. So Drum is written together with Blood Pop and Charlie XCX and Nuni Bao. And Nuni Bao I also wrote final song with. So yeah, I mean, I love working with her. And obviously I'm a big fan of Charlie and of Blood Pop. So it was, for me, it was really like a really fun and a dream collaboration. And again, the song happened pretty fast. It was just like, and it was like, a funny thing was that actually the beat that started everything, like made by Blood Pop, was actually like, because I had sent him some songs like in the past, because I'm a fan of him, and we're like, you want to produce on these songs? And then he had taken one of those songs and made it into a sample that's like kind of the beginning of the song. And that was where the song happened out from. So that's funny.
So we're really excited to hear it.
Great.
And
Awesome.
because I haven't yet.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's out tomorrow. Oh my God, it's already tomorrow. I can't believe it. Oh.
And throughout the next few months, you're going to be constantly on tour.
Yeah, more or less, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is the thing that you miss most when you're on tour?
I think it's my friends and my boyfriend and my family. Yeah.
And is there a thing that you always carry with you when you're on tour?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things that I always have with me. I mean, okay, now I sound a little bit childish, but I always have like a little, what do you call it, like a little teddy bear? And then I always have like, this, what do you say, like a lucky charm? Or like, like a crystal.
Glücksbringer is it in Germany.
Yeah, Glücksbringer. Yeah, I have one of those. And then like tons of lip balm, because my lips dry out so easily. And yeah, just so you know. Yeah, that's it, I think.
And what's actually your most favorite place?
My most favorite place?
That you're looking forward to tour?
I always love touring in places that have very, very great nature. And very different nature, like big mountains or super exotic, because I really love, as a child, my parents would always take me and my brother out into the nature and like be on vacation in nature and be like hiking or rowing in a canoe and stuff. So I love it when I go places that have mountains, for instance, and like New Zealand is amazing. Like it's so beautiful. It's like, Yeah.
And hopefully that you're coming back soon to Germany. And good luck with the album.
Thank you so
much.
much.
And hopefully seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So thanks for the interview.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.